Yeah, my name's Andrew Steffert. I'm the Director of Peebles Electrical. We are a commercial industrial based electrician in Hamilton, and we specialise in commercial food equipment. We currently have 12 staff. That's a team that consists of myself and my partner, our office manager, operations manager, estimator, 5 electricians and 2 apprentices. I started my apprenticeship with Chris Peebles somewhere around 1995 and completed my time with him. I went overseas and came back to work for him as well. It was still a relatively small company, 4 or 5 guys. I ended up helping him run the company as his foreman, and then unfortunately he passed away suddenly in 2007, at which point I took over the business. I couldn't keep up. I was in denial for a long time that I was keeping up. I sort of had the odd customer say to me, hey, you know, you guys are dropping the ball a little bit, but it really wasn't until I started getting feedback from my team that I was letting my team down. I was making promises that I couldn't keep. I was saying that I'd do things and not getting them done. That really hit home. That was probably the big thing. I knew that we needed to make some changes. I'd watched a couple of Tony's, you know, short presentations and things that he'd put out on Facebook and things like that, and thought, you know, yeah, this could be helpful. When Phil made that phone call, it just all fell into place really. What's helped me the most? I think the focus on team. Like I said, that was always a big focus for us. You know, the company structure was myself and an office manager and a bunch of sparkies. I knew I needed an operations manager. I had sort of just made that call to put one of our guys into that role, but I didn't know how to run an ops manager. So, you know, job descriptions, KPIs, regular meetings and meetings with a purpose, you know, the 20s with our staff are a huge thing. You know, all of that stuff, which is all, again, really based around the team, isn't it? Peter Drucker says that, you know, you get what you tolerate. And I didn't have systems. I didn't have good systems in place. Whereas now, you know, we have systems. The systems are implemented properly. The guys know the expectations, and we uphold those. You know, there's accountability all around, and that's not a negative thing, you know. I think sometimes you think that accountability is a bad thing, but I think, you know, as people, it's actually what we want and what we need. We want clarity around what our roles are and what we can and can't do and should and shouldn't do and all that kind of thing, what the expectations are. And, you know, I think we have that now, and we didn't have it before. I used to tolerate a lot. Now it's really clear what we're here for and what we're trying to achieve, and I think people really thrive in that kind of situation. Flexibility's definitely become more of a reality. Yeah, you know, it always feels like there's never enough time, but what changes is what you're doing with the time. So now I'm spending my time working on the business and making the business better, as opposed to the day-to-day running of the business. So the old cliche, you know, working on your business, not in your business. So you have time to do the important stuff that I wasn't getting to before. And that was a lot of the stuff that was letting my team down. You know, the things behind the scenes that you're trying to do to make it a better place to work, but you just don't have time to do it. Okay? So now we have time to do those things. But because they're not all critical to the day-to-day running, you know, if you do want to take some time off, then you can, because it doesn't fall down when you leave. Yeah, I think, you know, one of the biggest differences to my lifestyle now, to our lifestyle, myself and Lee, was being able to bring her into the business. Whereas, you know, before I wouldn't have made that call. I wouldn't have thought we could do it. You know, she had her own job and I had mine, but she wasn't really happy in her job. We have 4 kids between us, and we were travelling in different directions, running around, dropping off children and picking up children and all these kind of things. Whereas now we're able to do that, which just means we have a whole lot less stress. Yeah, where do we want to be in 3 to 5 years? I think, you know, just closer to that point where the business will run more and more without our daily input. So, you know, just a stronger team in that respect. And also a company where we've got a solid workforce of Peebles trained electricians. We're really focusing on training from the bottom up now. We're bringing in more apprentices more regularly. We're doing more and more around training, and I'm really excited about that. And you know, our company structure moving forward shows that happening. Shows the guys coming in the bottom and you know, working their way up. Obviously, they won't all stick around. But I'm really excited to see that instead of us running around trying to find electricians and then train them up, that we're creating our own. And that inspiration's really come from other members in the group who you know, we've seen doing the same thing. So I've been really inspired by other PT members on that. The three biggest lessons for me, one would be if you are thinking about doing something, the right time is probably already passed. Especially when it comes to hiring. I know that I did a lot, and I see a lot of other people doing it. I'm in an ahhing about whether to take on an ops manager or an office manager or another electrician or whatever it might be. So I feel like if you're already thinking about it, you know, the time is now. Your team's your biggest asset. Look after them. And that team fit and attitude outweigh skill level. You know, your team culture is huge, and you want to make sure that you employ people that are going to fit in with yourself, your team, your customer base, and really add to the business. And sometimes a lot of qualifications and skill level can overshadow the fact that someone's maybe not going to fit in and not going to be the right fit for the team. Anyone considering getting coaching, just do it and see it as an investment. The sooner you do it, the sooner you're going to see the benefits. You know, I wish I'd done it sooner.